For 70 years, one name has been whispered with a mix of terror and awe. A force of nature, an alpha titan, the king of the monsters, dragging his fight with the Mutos right into downtown San Francisco. The city became a battleground, its famous bridge just the first casualty in a war for the planet. The world could only watch as he unleashed a power it had forgotten. The iconic, terrifying atomic breath. You've seen the stories? He threw down with his own mechanical doppelganger, Mechagodzilla, a foe built specifically to replace him. The battle was a straight-up tragedy, ending with Godzilla's own meltdown. A heartbreaking scene of unimaginable power and destruction. Tokyo has been his favorite punching bag, getting ravaged over a dozen times by his colossal size and radioactive power. He's toppled skyscrapers and leveled city blocks with a single sweep of his tail. He's unleashed chaos in Hong Kong, his burning form turning the harbor into a sea of fire. But the archives are deep, and we've got way more high-octane hits to show you. One of the last of an ancient species and the undisputed king. Whether he shows up as a savior or a destroyer, one thing is always certain. The throne belongs to him. Subscribe to ClipZone for more epic compilations and smack that notification bell so you never miss a second of the action. In a recent outing, he even had a showdown in Rome before curling up for a nap in the Colosseum. Each footstep is an earthquake, each roar a promise of total devastation. And who could forget his swift, decisive victory over the American Zilla in Sydney? That fan-pleasing moment was a blink-and-duel miss-it beatdown that put the Pretender in its place. He battled the ancient Angrius in his very first Monstrian Monster Brawl. It's a brutal fight that set the tone for decades of kaiju combat. He has formed some pretty shocking and unlikely alliances when a greater threat shows up. In his early days, he teamed up with his old rival Radon to take on the terrifying monster Zero in space. He found a bizarre, but surprisingly effective partner in the size-shifting robot Jet Jaguar, delivering a now infamous flying kick to beat Megalon and Gigan. Now, after their brutal war, Godzilla and Kong had to team up against the man-made terror of a new Mechagodzilla, shoving their rivalry aside to save the world. This dynamic of enemies turned allies continued when they faced the Scar King and the ancient Ice Titan, Shmo. With Mothra making a timely return, Earth's oldest guardians fought side by side in a battle that literally defied gravity. You get to see only the highlights. A battle for the ages against the ruler of Skull Island himself, Kang. Their war raged across the ocean and ripped through the neon-soaked streets of Hong Kong. Skyscrapers were just collateral damage as two kings refused to back down. In the end, Godzilla's raw power was just too much, leaving Kong defeated and the world trembling before its alpha. Every earth-shattering blow, every city-leveling rampage, every single crushing victory. This is Godzilla. His return to the modern world didn't just make waves, it's caused a tsunami of sheer panic. In 2014, he rose to hunt, but new challengers were bound to test his rule. From the frozen wastes of Antarctica, his ultimate nemesis clawed its way out. King Ghidorah. A three-headed dragon and a false king. Their first brawl was a brutal showcase of power, a seismic shockwave that proved even Godzilla could be challenged. The rivalry exploded in Boston, turning the city into a war zone for a Titan battle royale. Ghidorah literally dropped Godzilla from the sky, a blow that would have killed any lesser creature. Yet even a king needs an ally. Thanks to a sacrifice from Mothra, the queen of the monsters, Godzilla got back up, transformed into a burning, thermonuclear god. He unleashed a devastating pulse, an unstoppable force that completely incinerated Ghidorah and left zero doubt as to who the one true king was. The other titans bowed, a sight that cemented his alpha status. Then came the clash of icons. Long before the Monsterverse, his legend was forged in fire against a whole rogues gallery of titans. He also faced Destoroyah in one of the most emotional and brutal fights of his entire career. Let's be honest, Godzilla is a walking cataclysm. Cities are just his arenas. But even a king can't always go it alone. His most important alliances, though, have come in the modern era. You've witnessed the power, the destruction, and the reign of the one true king of the monsters. From a terrifying symbol of nuclear annihilation to a planetary defender, Godzilla's legacy is simply unmatched. He is a force of nature,